approaching Saturn. You are only seconds away. I have arranged for you to meet my...
Here we go.
...companion. He will lead you. Watch and listen. Please, don't disappoint him. He doesn't like that.
We are 5 years away.
I might have to start this again.
Century.
Give me a second.
Humankind stands on the edge of the interactive age.
All right. Now here we go.
You are approaching Saturn. You are only seconds
Welcome to
away.
the 30th anniversary Sega Saturn stream.
Companion.
I thought I'd start off with this little video here. So this is like an ad campaign from the 90s.
Don't disappoint him.
I think this is like from like a video that got sent out to like, you know, probably like retail stores or television stations. I'm not sure, but it's like got a bunch of commercials. But like this is like the long form version of it. There's like some running narrative. It's like David Lynch meets like a Marilyn Manson video or something.
Introducing Sega Saturn.
So yeah, here's all the like commercials, and like, you know, these were all shown individually back in '95. I remember catching some of them on TV myself. So
amazing new 3D experiences
pretty
never
cool.
before possible on home game systems. Wow.
Yeah, I thought it would be fun to start with something like this before we hop into playing some of these games.
It's how you play the game.
Definitely, like, I miss a lot of this kind of stuff. Like, video game ads aren't like this anymore. And Sega was like, they were always really kind of edgy with their TV spots, like a lot more than Nintendo.
Sega Saturn.
I remember Nintendo eventually kind of wised up and started to try to be a little edgier. Like they fired some shots, like with the Donkey Kong Country commercial, I remember. But Sega was always edgier.
Experience Sega Saturn's monster torque and parallel processing power. All the speed and handling you'd expect.
Although in retrospect, you know, you wonder how much like this might have actually contributed to hurting them, because it's such a weird ad campaign. Like you'll see, eventually there's this like bearded guy like in a tutu. It's like a biker guy.
You thought you knew how to play the
It's
game,
very strange.
But no one has played this hard, this fast, this real until now. Come, look into the world of Sega Saturn.
There he is. All 700 moves.
Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon. That's a killer game. I don't have that one. I had it back in the day, but I don't have it right now. I would have to buy it again. I like this like mid-90s like techno music too. It's like techno industrial.
Sega Saturn, the most powerful, the most technologically advanced game system anywhere.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Sega Saturn is the newest and most indulgent taste.
Oh yeah, this is where it gets like really like David Lynch, like
delivering
bizarre. It just gets
clear
weirder as
digital
it goes
video
on.
and rich, creamy 3D graphics. And each unit is topped off with a delicious DSP chip dedicated to scrumptious CD quality sound. This gourmet meal from Sega goes oh so well with all of these yummy, mouth-watering titles. NHL All-Star Hockey.
Hey, the Sega Sports titles were killer though.
Clockwork Knight.
I did not like Clockwork Knight.
Daytona, USA.
Oh yeah. Definitely wasn't as good as the arcade, but it was still cool to have this at home.
Soccer.
They did like a second release of it, like a year later that added some more content and stuff. It was pretty cool. Saturn!
Go farther than you have ever gone before. Sega Saturn. Play your games in the 21st century and leave the rest of the world behind.
So creepy. It's out there.
Thank you for your attention. Now it's time to explore your inner realm.
I swear whoever shot this is like the same dude that
Open
like
your
shot a
brain,
Marilyn
look
Manson video.
inside.
I'll have to look it up.
Prepare to enter the theater of the eye.
Like the beautiful people or something. Oh yeah, so these theater of the eye things, these are really weird. Like this is where it gets very David Lynch. Like
How nice. We're trimming the
You'll see.
toenails. What's that?
Optic nerve, this is the brain. What's going on down there?
so weird.
We're having a breakdown, we're having a breakdown, we're having a breakdown, having a breakdown, having a breakdown, having a breakdown.
This guy's just drooling. It's like, does this like really like sell you on a system? Like,
Surgeons and apps online too. It's the sphincter.
and there's the sphincter.
Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn. It's all like the talking backwards stuff in Twin Peaks.
500,000 polygons a second.
It's like these had to have given some kid nightmares, like for sure. At least one kid watched these and had nightmares.
Wreak some havoc in your head. Welcome to the theater of the eye.
The craziest sports video game commercial ever.
Keep it down a little.
Real fast.
Optic nerve here. I am gonna need some help.
Real painful. Sega Saturn.
Saturn.
Now you may return to the world as you know it. And remember, look for Sega Saturn. It's out there.
It's out there. Ooh, let's call 1-800-C-SATURN and see if it's still an active number. Yeah, I was wondering, is Sega Saturn still out there? I saw this video on YouTube and it said Sega Saturn was out there. Is that true? But yeah, I'm pretty sure this was some video that they must have sent it to like retail stores or like television stations or something. But those individual spots were separate, so. But anyway, all right, let me get back to my Saturn here. Let's pop this on. All right. Okay, so my battery is dead on this thing, so I have to always do this. Let's go to 1995. Let's go to the release. Let's go to May 11th. I know today's the 12th, but technically it was the 11th. That would have been 30 years ago. All right. So many memories with that opening screen for me. Let me pull my chat up here. There we go. Oh yeah, my action replay thing is kind of messed up, so that's why it looks all pixelated. It still works, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to be using cheats or anything. So anyway, so yeah, tonight for the 30th anniversary stream, I figured what I would probably do is just I'm just gonna play through a bunch of Sega Saturn games. You know, I'm typically like I like to, you know, beat games if I can or whatever, but you know, we've got 2 hours tonight and I'll just try and like, you know, get through as much as I can. I actually turned off the learning thing, so maybe it'll make this a little easier. It'd be nice if I could beat one of these games tonight, but we'll see. I'll go through the ones for sure. Virtua Fighter 2, Daytona USA, Virtua Cop, and Sega Rally Championship, and then, you know, we'll hit some other ones. But I'll definitely get as many first-party American titles in as I can. I have a bunch of games that are Japanese, so, you know, we'll do some of those too. I'm gonna be rusty. Get wrecked. Yeah, oh no, am I gonna get a ring out? No. Okay. Yeah, I played so much of this game when I was a teenager. It was like this and like Street Fighter were like the games that I played the most of. The Street Fighter Alpha games, like 1 and 2, and a lot of Virtua Fighter 2, and Mega Mix, and you know, any Virtua Fighter game that I could get my hands on. It's funny, I just today actually just wrapped up watching the Dragon Ball, the first run before Dragon Ball Z. Like with my kid, we finished the whole thing today, and you know, I really liked all the like tournament stuff, and I think the reason I liked a lot of it too is because it had that ring out element, like, which is very, very Virtua Fighter. And it's kind of cool. I guess it's a bummer. I guess there's not gonna. I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know, but I'm assuming there's not gonna be any of that in Dragon Ball Z, because it's all just like these like crazy like intergalactic fights and stuff. But I liked the tournaments that they had in the original Dragon Ball series. The ring out thing made it more fun. Shit. Oh, get jump kicked. Oh no. Damn it. Stop blocking my shit. Get out of here. Ring out. Yeah, I remember when I had the Sega Saturn. I think, pretty sure that was at that period of time. One of my cousins was living with me and my family, and we played a lot of Sega Saturn stuff, Guardian Heroes and Sega Rally Championship and all that. I actually didn't get. Unfortunately, I didn't get a Saturn on launch. I had to wait about a year before I got mine. But I guess the One Plus was when I finally did get it, like a year later or whatever, or a year and some change, I guess. I got the version. It was the Model 2 version of it, so it had the better controller. Because the original control. This is the Model 2 controller, which is like actually I think one of the best controllers of all time. It's actually my favorite controller. But when it first came out, the original Sega Saturn controller was kind of clunky and like not great. And they kind of streamlined it and fixed all the issues with it, which was cool. You don't really see that a lot. You don't really see a lot of crazy controller revisions like that. I mean, I guess PlayStation with the, you know, they went from their first PlayStation controller to the DualShock or whatever. I think that was one of the few things that the Saturn was missing that could have maybe helped it compete a little more with PlayStation, was the controller having analog sticks. I mean, at the same time, it's like they were both kind of doing like different things, but yeah, I think not having the analog sticks hurt with like, definitely with like first person shooters and stuff. Like I have like the impossible port of Quake for Saturn, and it's like it's cool in this like novelty sense, but it's like it's really hard to play because there's no analog sticks. So, and they have like a Sega Saturn 3, it's called a 3D controller, and it has like one stick on it. It's sort of basically similar to what ended up being the Dreamcast controller. It's kind of similar to that. That was kind of a cool controller, but yeah, it still wasn't quite right. Oh, get wrecked. Got her. It kind of sucks, like, you know, yesterday was the big 30th anniversary of Sega Saturn, and it's like, it was on Mother's Day. So it's like, social media wise, like, it felt like there was really nobody online, and like, so like, nobody was talking about it. And then like, today, it's like, everyone forgot, so like, I didn't really see many people talking about it other than me. You know, and then I was like, oh, I'll do like a cool, like a, you know, 30th anniversary stream, and it's like, I'm pretty sure like most people are probably just watching the Doom Dark Ages streams, because I know all those people that got like early access are probably streaming that tonight, so that's probably what everyone's watching tonight. What's up? How do you say your name? Lezismo? Lezismo? The draw distance and lack of shadows and little things like that hurt in the very beginning in America. It fell behind immediately and couldn't catch up by the time the Virtua Cop engine came along. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that hurt it. I mean, you could do like a whole laundry list of like reasons that the Sega Saturn failed. I think the biggest, it just boils down to, I think, lack of communication, or not lack of communication, but like a lot of like miscommunication with Sega of Japan and Sega of America, and a lot of like, they just weren't seeing eye to eye on things. And you know, the big thing, I think the biggest thing that hurt it in the beginning was the decision to release early, because originally they planned on releasing it like in September or something like that of '95, and Sega of Japan was like, no, like, because it was already out in Japan, and so they were like, no, we want it out before PlayStation. So they did like the reason that the 11th is the 30th anniversary is because that's also the first E3, and they did a surprise announcement at E3. They're like, oh hey, by the way, we already shipped like 30,000 units, and they're in stores today. Like, you can go to these stores and pick it up. It's out right now, even though people thought it was coming out like later that year. And they announced the price. They were like, it's $399. So two things happened. One thing is that all the retailers that didn't get it, like KB Toys was one, I know for sure. They were so pissed off that they didn't get it early that they actually refused to carry it later on. So they never carried Sega Saturn, and they weren't the only one. There was a few stores that refused to carry it because of that. So that hurt really bad. And then Sony had their conference at E3 after Sega's, and that's when the famous, you know, the SCEA president got up and walked up to the stage, and he just said $2.99 and walked off, and you know, they cheered and whatever, and it was like, you know, it stole all the momentum from Sega, because they were just like, ours is coming out later and it's going to be $100 cheaper, so you might as well wait. Basically. In Japan, Sega discontinued a popular system for an unpopular system in '98. Yep. Yeah, I mean, Saturn was extremely popular in Japan. But yeah, you know what? For me, like, I loved my Saturn, and you know, I played the shit out of it. But I also played a lot of like 2D fighting games. So like, you know, for a Street Fighter fan and like somebody who played games like, you know, King of Fighters and Dark Souls and that kind of stuff, like this was like a dream machine for me, because all of those games looked and played better than they did on PlayStation. Like by far, it did 2D stuff like way better than PlayStation. But yeah, it couldn't compete in the 3D realm, and that's, you know, that's where games were going at the time. So Sony was very competitive, yeah. Man, I can't get past this fight right now. I'm just sucking. Probably because I'm just talking, but I'll try it a few more times and then I'll jump to another game, because there, you know, I got 2 hours here, so like I want to cover as many games as I can, just to kind of show a little bit of everything that the system could and couldn't do. It's a bummer too that, like, you know, they couldn't catch up when the Model 2 came out, because, you know, that, like I said, the controller, like, they really fixed it, and to this day it's still my favorite controller, especially for fighting games. Like, oh my god, like, there is no better Street Fighter controller for me than the Sega Saturn Model 2 controller. Ah, what? Damn it. Get wrecked. Oh my god, I cannot fucking beat this bitch. I feel like every time I've streamed this game, and it's always like, I've never done like a straight up Virtua Fighter stream, like it's always like when I'm just doing like random Saturn games, I always get stuck on this fight and get frustrated. I swear I can beat this game. I'm gonna have to just do like a Virtua Fighter 2 stream at some point, just so I can prove to people that I don't suck as much as I seem I do. Lazismo said, only thing I can think of better if the Saturn controller had a Neo Geo micro switch stick. Oh yeah. They actually, I got a is it 8BitDo, or I think it was 8BitDo. One of those controller companies, they just reissued that Neo Geo controller with the micro switches. And you know, it's USB and you can use it with, you know, other systems. It's super cool. And it has the micro switches in it, which is really rad. And you know, you can use it with like, you know how like there's like those little Neo Geo mini consoles and stuff, and there's a bunch of things that have official like Neo Geo games on them built in and everything. And anyway, you can use that controller, so it's like, yeah, you get the sort of like Neo Geo home console experience. But it's been interesting using it on other games too. It's really cool. I do like that controller. Ah, fucker. Get out of here. Ugh. It was interesting being a Sega Saturn owner in the mid 90s too, like especially going into the late 90s, because it was like, you know, just everybody was PlayStation and Nintendo 64, and it was like I was the only guy in my friend group that had a Sega Saturn. Like literally the only one. Everybody had either a PlayStation or an N64, or oftentimes both. Like I was the only Sega Saturn guy. But what was cool though was like sometimes people would come over and like it would be fun for them because they're like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, whenever they would go to someone's house, it's like everybody either had PlayStation or N64, but it was, you know, for them it was cool, like, oh, I could play some Virtua Fighter, or like, you know, whatever, like games they wouldn't typically get to play. So that was fun for people. And I eventually, like, I got a N64 and a PlayStation and whatnot, but yeah, this was like my main. And I do feel like there was a lot of like, I mean, I know there was PlayStation exclusives, but there was also like a lot of games, you know, were released on both systems. You know, like Loaded and like games like the Alien trilogy and stuff like that. Those were all like on both. What's up, Gabriel? Just dropped by and found Kurt Cobain playing Tekken. More like Daniel playing Virtua Fighter 2, but yes. I'm the great value Walmart brand Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain on, what's that website? Temu? Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time and then I'll switch games. So we can get to some other stuff. The cool thing about this version is, like, I know it's not like arcade perfect, but because they had to make some concessions with the backgrounds and stuff, but the gameplay is there. All the gameplay is there. It feels perfect. Like all the moves are there. They didn't shortchange any of the gameplay, and like that's the important part with Virtua Fighter. Gabriel said, "At least you're still around." I do have that over Kurt Cobain. I am still breathing. I plan on growing old, so I definitely have that. What's crazy is, like, at this point, I'm only like a few years away from like living like double the length that he lived. Pretty crazy. What's up, Roy? Roy said, "Are you winning, son?" No, not really. It's been pretty rough. Gabe said the guy was gone too soon. Yeah, but you know, I've always said about Kurt Cobain is it's like he seems like somebody that to me at least, like, I think the guy could have probably been like a janitor or like a plumber or something, and he probably still would have ended up dead at 27. It's just some people are just, you know, depressed. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what they do. I mean, the dude was like the biggest rock star in the world, so I mean, it proves like some people just, you know, all the money in the world, you know, doesn't buy happiness. Gabe said, "Wow, you look like you're in your early 30s." No, I'm 43, man. I'm getting up there. Oh shit! Get him! Damn it. Yeah, I've always looked a little younger than I actually am. When I was in my 30s, everybody thought I was in my 20s, so I guess by the time I'm in my 50s, people will probably think I'm in my 40s. People always think I'm like a decade younger than I am, so I can't complain. I'm fine with it. Damn it. Gabe said, yeah, sad story. Not sure he would still be around if he were any other thing other than a musician. Yeah. Some people just aren't meant for this world. Me, I'm trying to live forever. That's my plan. I want to stay here as long as possible. It's too many video games to play. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm a musician too, so it's like I still got tons of things I wanna record and write, and I'm far from done. Son of a bitch. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Let's switch games, shall we? Okay, so anyway, so that's some Virtua Fighter. Let me see what I got here in my case. Alright, those are... Oh yeah, I got a ton of like third-party games. Let's do Virtua Cop next. Let's do that next. That'll be fun. All right. Gabe said, same here, want to be playing video games in my 60s. Nice. Oh, I think I was pressing the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like, I wonder if like, you know, Gen X and millennials are going to be the first generation to start to see some of these systems like become completely unplayable. I mean, because I've learned how to refurbish and like repair older consoles, but you know, all these things are starting to go wrong with them. So, you know, as time goes on, and it's like, you know, I think like, okay, when I'm 60, you know, that's another, what, like 20 something years from now. So like, let's say 25 years from now, you know, the Sega Saturn will be 55 years old, going on 60 years old. It's like, is 60-year-old hardware even going to work anymore? Like, I think by that point, like, you're almost going to have to only be able to play emulation. You know what I mean? If you want to play like these older games, because I highly doubt any of this hardware is still going to be working. Gabe said, dude, I have a channel where I play mostly King of Fighters. Feel free to stop by anytime you want. Cool, awesome, man. All right. Let me check what the buttons are. It's been a while since I've played this. Key assign. Shoot, speed up, and reload. Why is reload over there? Let's put it here. Let's put speed up over there. Shoot, reload, speed up. Okay. That looks better. Ooh, should I give myself extra continues? Wait, no credit? Does that mean like unlimited? Or only one? Let's see if it's unlimited, because if it's unlimited, then maybe we could beat this. That'd be cool. Let's see. I'm down for beating this. It's only like, isn't it only like 3 levels or something? It's like super short. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. Watch no credit be like you just die once and that's it. All right. This game is so much fun with 2 people, and also it's super fun with the gun. With the light gun. That's another thing a lot of people can't do anymore is play those kind of games, because you reload. You have to have a CRT TV. Why isn't my reload working? I am trying to reload. There we go. Okay. Oh shit, I almost shot him. Get wrecked. Oh no. It is no credit. It is no credit. I thought it was going to be unlimited. Okay, I'll go back and give myself more. Like, here's the worst score ever. Number 8. I'm still in the top 10 somehow. Okay, I'm gonna go give myself like 9 credits then. See how far I can get. I probably still won't even be able to beat it. All right. I mean, it says no credit. I guess I should have fucking known better. All right. The reload was throwing me off at first because you have to like press it a bunch of times. Maybe it's twice, but you can't just press it once to reload. To kind of like spam it. Oh man, this game is so fun. The only games that are better than this is the House of the Dead games. Time Crisis is okay, but I like Virtua Cop more than I like Time Crisis. Oh no, I'm missing. Gabe said, I love, oh wait, hold on, I gotta shoot this guy. I don't know why I'm trying to read that while I'm doing this. Gabe said, I love retro games like beat 'em ups and shoot 'em ups and so forth. Oh yeah, same dude. I've done a bunch of beat 'em ups on this show. What's cool about those is like, and I've said it before, it's like, I'll never run out of games to play on here. Because there's so many damn beat 'em ups. I'll just never run out of material. Oh, get wrecked. I feel like eventually I'm gonna end up shooting one of these civilians. I'm surprised I haven't already. I'm usually really bad at that. Oh, continue. Oh, finally. The rifle. Shit. Oh, got one. Whoops. Oh shit. Thought there'd be something in that box. Oh, shot him in the nuts. Oh, damn it. Why are these dudes running around in a firefight anyway? Get out of here. Just leave. Where I said House of the Dead 2 was amazing in '99. That's when I started my arcade runs. Yeah, House of the Dead 2 is awesome. The first one's fun too. Like nothing in these boxes. Oh, Jesus. I lost the little reticle for a second. God, get out of here, dudes. Ugh. Jesus Christ. I'm surprised I didn't shoot that guy. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, with these fucking stupid innocent people running around. I only have 4 credits left. I'm not even gonna beat the first level. You definitely can't be as accurate or fast with the a controller. Ugh. Gabe said Fightcade has so many games. I've never. Is that like a home arcade thing? Is that what that is? Like one of those kind of things? Oh shit. Wow, it would be nice to beat the first level, but I don't even think I'm going to. Definitely much more challenging without a friend. Also very challenging when you haven't played it in forever too. What was really cool about Sega Saturn though was, for me, you know, back in '96 or whenever I got one, what was cool was like it was finally, you know, the sort of like dream of like the arcade coming home. You know what I mean? That was because that was always like back then. It was like, God, it'd be so cool to have like arcade games at home. You know, and ports were never perfect, and you know, Saturn still, you know, didn't have a lot of, or any really like arcade perfect stuff, but with the 2D fighting games, it got really, really close. I mean, you could argue like some of those 2D fighting games were arcade perfect. It's just, you know, if it wasn't for the loading times. Yeah, that was it was really cool. Like playing games like this at home was just a dream come true. You know, and eventually we did get the sort of arcade at home when they put out Dreamcast. Dreamcast is a really underrated system because, yeah, it actually really is the arcade at home. Like all those like Naomi ports were arcade perfect. Oh man, I'm not gonna make it. Did I get him? I did. Oh no! Okay, I did get him. Woo! I beat the first level. Like literally with 0 credits and one hit left. That's pretty awesome. Let's go to expert and die right away. And then we'll change games. Gang headquarters. If you ever want to see a really bad arcade port, you should actually look at the original House of the Dead port. The Sega Saturn version is terrible. It's so bad. I mean, they made up for it with House of the Dead 2 on Dreamcast, because that was arcade perfect, but man, the first House of the Dead for Sega Saturn is terrible. Terrible. It's like unplayable, practically. One of the worst ports of all time. Roy said gang HQ and it's the precinct. Alright. Let's see. Let's do... Let's do Daytona USA first. We'll do a couple races of this, and then we'll do Sega Rally Championship. Whoops. But yeah, this Daytona USA port, the draw distance is pretty bad, but it's playable. The music and the the music and the sound effects are all there, but the graphics weren't really the best on this one. It's pretty rough around the edges. Daytona. Daytona, let's go away. All right. Arcade mode, Saturn mode. I don't remember the difference. We'll just do arcade mode. Sega AM2, man. I guess I pressed the back button. All right. I don't know if you guys have ever had a chance to play Daytona USA in the arcades. But it's super fun. It's one of the best, like, sit down, you know, racing arcade machines. Whoa, shit. I'm already fucking up. I was trying to find the button that... I still can't find it. I was gonna change the view, but I guess you can't change the view on this? Look at that draw distance, it's so bad. It looks like you're driving into nothingness. Man, this started so terribly. Like, am I even going to be able to, like... I might not even be able to place at all. I think I started by pressing... I was pressing the brake instead of the gas. Where I said, nah, just Cruisin' World and Initial D. Oh, okay. Cruisin' USA was fucking awesome. That game was fun. And Sega Rally Championship also, if you ever got a chance to play that in the arcades, it was really fun to play too. I feel like even like with a lot of these like retro arcades that they have nowadays, or like barcades or whatever, like you never see like Daytona USA or Sega Rally Championship. I don't know if it's like maybe those machines are hard to maintain or something, or they're too expensive. I don't know the reason why, but I feel like you never see them. But back in the day, it was like you would go to an arcade and there would be rows of Daytona USA. There'd be like a row of like 4 or 5. Wow, 36th place. I'll give it another shot now that I know the correct button. But yeah, there'd be like a row of like 5 or 6 Daytona USA machines. Like, it was popular as fuck. Gabe said never played Daytona USA. I'll have to play it sometime. The soundtrack on this game is awesome. Oh yeah, it's got a great soundtrack. This one and Sega Rally Championship both have really great soundtracks. Sega Rally Championship is... Oh wait, sorry. Sega Rally Championship is actually like 10 times better than this game. This game's like super fun and everything, but Sega Rally Championship for me is a perfect racing game. And the Sega Saturn port, which you'll see, it's not like an arcade perfect port, but again, like much like Virtua Fighter 2, the gameplay is perfect and the gameplay is there. So yeah, like I always highly recommend that game in like any version you can get of it. I think there's like a PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, maybe one of the two. There's a PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 Sega Rally Championship sequel, and I think included with it is the original arcade Sega Rally Championship, and it's like the only way that you're able to play an arcade perfect version of it at home. It was like a bonus disc or something. You can look it up and figure it out, but if you can ever find that on the cheap, I would recommend that too, because that's the version to play. But yeah, playing it in arcades was awesome. Oh man. Daytona USA you can play. Oh shit, no, I don't want to go in here. Daytona USA you can play on Xbox. I think there's like a digital download of it, or at least there used to be. I think Sega recently pulled a bunch of their games from digital stores. Come on. Go. I didn't make it. Shit. Game over. I'll try one more and we'll do a different course just for the hell of it. And then I'll go to Sega Rally Championship. I wonder what Saturn mode is. I wonder if it's easier. Is it on Dreamcast? Daytona USA or Sega Rally Championship? Actually, I'm not sure for either one. I don't know why I asked which one, but I'm actually not sure. I do know that there was never really a good sequel to Sega Rally Championship. Daytona. You should look up videos of like the guy that actually did the soundtrack for this, like in the studio. It's super funny. There's also a bunch of like karaoke videos of people doing karaoke to the Daytona song. I think there's even like literally a karaoke mode on this. If it's not this, it's the Xbox version. Somehow I'm doing better on this, and this is the advanced track. The hell's going on? Oh! Did terrible on that turn. Come on, let's go. Pick it up. It'd be nice if I could come in the top 10 for once. Hell yeah, brother. 13. Let's go. Oh no. Fuck. I felt that coming. Shit. Everybody just zooming past me. Man, that draw distance is terrible. The mountain just like appearing out of nowhere. So bad. Oh man, and this wall just pops up out of nowhere. Like I keep forgetting it's there. Aw, bummer. I'm gonna give this one more shot. This track, because I feel like I did a little bit better. I'll give it one more try.
Please select a race game. Please choose manual automatic transmission. Gentlemen,
Start your engines. I know Roy heard about this, but have you guys heard about the controversy with Doom Dark Ages and the physical edition? So apparently, people who got early copies of it found out that the PlayStation 5 version has 85 megabytes of data on it. And then to actually play the game, you have to download like almost 100 gigs, like 85 gigs or something like that. So basically, the disc itself doesn't have the game on it. It's pretty much a full it's a full download, making the physical copy basically worthless. And it's like insane because those Ultra HD Blu-ray discs or whatever that PlayStation 5 uses, I think they can hold like 100 gigabytes or more, and the game is under 100 gigabytes, so they could have fit the entire game on it, but they just put 85 megabytes. Like, that is insane. I cannot for the life of me figure out why they did that, but it's nuts. And people are pissed, and like rightfully so, because it's like, what is the point of buying the game physically? You know what I mean? Like, especially you're screwing people who buy physical games. Like, I'm somebody who still buys physical games. The only time I buy digital is if they don't make a physical version of it. Everything I buy is a physical game. So yeah, it's like you're screwing people, because then it's like you don't really own the game. You just own like this disc that is like a key that unlocks the game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There should be a bigger shitstorm around this than there actually is. I posted about it on X, and like I haven't had a chance to read through all the comments, but it seems like people are agreeing with me. It's like it's pretty fucked up that they would do that, because I was gonna buy it. Like, it was like a day one purchase for me because it's Doom. You know what I mean? Like, everybody loves Doom. But I'm not gonna pay $70 for a digital version of a game. Like, I refuse to do it. And you know, if it turns out that this is true, that it's you know, just a essentially like a glorified key, like, I'm not gonna buy it. All right, let me find Sega Rally. There it is. Okay. Is it starting? Sounds like it's doing something. There we go. What's up, J-Chan? Aw shit, Daytona. In a non-arcade. Yeah. Now we're going to do some Sega Rally Championship. And then after this, we can dig into some third-party games. And then, like, I've got a bunch of other first-party, but they're, like, Japanese versions, so. And as I've said many times, I'm pretty sure I've played this on stream before, like, this is my all-time favorite racing game. It does not get any better than Sega Rally Championship for me. This is hands down the best racing game I've ever played. Okay, let me make sure I know what my controls are this time so I don't start by pressing the brake. Where are they? Key config, okay. B is acceleration, and how do I make... I guess that's what I'm stuck with, huh? Okay, so acceleration and brake. Okay. All right. You know, I always, because I rarely ever come into the options here, and then I always see the slow, normal, and quick. And for as many years as I've been playing this, I've actually never really fucked around with this, and I've always just left it on normal. And I wonder if I would do better if I changed it to quick. I'll have to mess with that sometime. But then it's like I always forget, and then I just pop it in and start playing. But anyway, yeah, that Doom 3, or Doom 3. Look at me. Doom 3. Doom Dark Ages, that whole thing where it's not on the disc is a disaster. Like, I can't believe that they're doing that. And clearly it's not like, I mean, this isn't something that they can like fix, you know what I mean? Like, they just shipped it without the fucking game on the disc, so yeah, it's wild. You know, and I don't know if it's like there's not more of a shitstorm about it because, you know, it's only just people who got early access or early copies of the game know about it, and maybe not everybody's read about this yet, but, you know, I would imagine that people, when they get their copy, they're going to find out on, what is it, Wednesday or Thursday when it comes out? They're going to find out, and I think they're going to be fucking pissed. And here's the thing, when you, because see, I came super close to going against my instincts, and I almost pre-ordered it. And then I didn't because I'm like, no, I don't pre-order games. I gotta, you know. And this is the reason why. I proved this is exactly why you don't pre-order games. Because when you go to Amazon, it doesn't tell you that the game isn't on the disc. It doesn't say anything about that, and the image, the photo of the cover doesn't show that either. But people were showing pictures of their actual physical copy, and it has that little disclaimer on the bottom of the case that, you know how sometimes it'll say like, this game requires a, like, you know, 50 gigabyte download or something like that. I think it says it on the case. It's like, this game requires like an 80 gigabyte download or some bullshit. So, because yeah, I don't think you can lie about it, you know what I mean? But it is fucked up that they're not saying it on like Amazon. So it makes me wonder too, like, what's going to happen when people like go to Walmart or Best Buy or something, you know, this week to go pick up a copy, and they see that little disclaimer that it requires that huge download. Like, are they going to be like, what the fuck, like, and not buy it? It's an interesting dilemma for anybody that's a physical media buyer. It puts you in a weird position. You know, and right now, like, my sort of feeling on it is, you know, I'm not going to get it day one now. And I'm almost at the point where it's like, what I'm probably going to do is end up just waiting. If this is all true and it, you know, it turns out that this is what it is, I'm probably just going to end up waiting for it to go on sale. And when I mean go on sale, I mean like when it's like 2 years from now and it's like $9.99 in the PlayStation Store. Because I'm not going to pay $70 for a digital version of a game. I'm just not going to do it. I've never done that. Any game that I've paid full price like that for, it's always a physical version, and like, you know, like I own it. Ah, fuck. I'll have to give this another try. But yeah, I'm really surprised people aren't more up in arms about it. But I guess, you know, part of that is just the digital sort of world that we live in now. It's like, it seems like a lot of people are just okay with that shit now. I don't think I'll ever be okay with it. I think the only way that I would be okay with it is if they drastically like lowered the price of games. Because again, like I can't like here's the thing, most games that are digital only like that are like indie games and they're like $20 or under. You know what I mean? Like very rarely is there like a game that's like more than $30 that's like a digital only game. You know, and even those games, you know, that are like $20-30, like a lot of times for those kind of games I'll wait for them to go on like a crazy sale before I buy it, because I can't bring myself to pay that much money for something that's just digital, you know? I've done it in instances of like I think like recently I bought Fatal Fury digital just because like I wouldn't have got it early enough to stream. So like I bought it, but I just did it for the live stream, you know? There's been rare cases like that, but I still bought the physical version of it. But yeah, I don't know how these people pay like $70, $80, even $100 for like a digital version of a game. This shit's fucking crazy. And then you don't even own it, like. You know, and I've heard the argument too, because it's like, you know, since you're just buying like a license for it, you know, essentially, people are like, well, if it's just like renting, you know what I mean? Like you're actually getting a better deal because, you know, you would have technically spent more money, I guess, like if you were renting it. Like if you rented the game every weekend for a year or something like that, you would pay more money than you would just paying, you know, $70 for a digital copy of a game. But I mean, I guess you could use that argument if that's what you have to tell yourself, but to me it's still, you're paying $70 for something that you don't actually own, and they can just pull from the store at any time, and they can also alter it and like do whatever they want to with patches and stuff like that. Whereas like with a physical copy, if they try to pull some weird shit and like, you know, censor a game or like, you know, whatever, or like, you know, they do something that like drastically changes the game and makes it kind of shitty, if you have a physical copy, it's fine, because you just don't you could just install it and not patch it, you know what I mean? And you still have the original version of the game. But if you got digital only, like, you're kind of fucked. Like, whatever they do, you're kind of forced into. I think there's definitely a generational thing as well. I've noticed that it seems like Gen Z and like younger people, they don't seem to care as much as older people like myself when it comes to digital versus physical. You know, I guess a lot of them grew up in the mostly digital world anyway. Like everything they do is streaming. They listen to music streaming, like blah blah blah. Meanwhile, like I'm over here, like I still listen to CDs and shit. I still buy all my movies physical. One more shot, just because I fucking love this game and it feels so good. This is typically the game that, if I just want to play some Sega Saturn, and like I just want to play for like 20 minutes or something, inevitably this is the game I end up playing. Because it's so easy to just pick up and play and have a good time. And it's 2 players, so you can play with someone else if you want. This is actually reminding me, I gotta let my kid give this one a shot sometime soon. She's slowly getting a little better at video games, so she still can't quite get racing games. Like she plays Mario Kart sometimes, but she goes off the track a lot and like gets turned around and just starts going the wrong way. And so I have to kind of like coach her on that, but she might not quite be there. Might not quite be ready for the Sega Rally Championship, but maybe soon. All right, let's see if I can get past this fucking stage here.
3, 2, 1, go.
But yeah, the turning feels so good, and there's something about the weight of this game that I've just never played anything since that had the same feeling to it. It just feels so good. And I don't know how, like, they've never been able to recreate this. Like, there's never been another racing game that had the same feel to it. And there's been a ton of rally racing games, you know? I don't know if it's that they can't figure out how to do it, or they think they can do it better, or what, but it's like, man, if you're gonna rip a game off, just rip this game off. If somebody were to just rip this game off, they would make so much money. Some indie developer out there needs to just figure out how to rip off Sega Rally Championship and just put it out. I would buy it. To just be able to play something that felt exactly like Sega Rally Championship, like on a modern console, I would totally buy it. Oh, go, 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 go. Go! Yes! With 1 second. Hell yeah, brother. See, I knew I should have given it one more try. That one more try was worth it. What's up, Scotty? He said Sega Saturn. Is that like one of them Xboxes? This is 1995's Sega box. Man, I gotta fix... I have an Xbox, an original Xbox. Oh wow, it started me out with fucking 6 seconds. I have an original Xbox in a bin somewhere. I think it might be in the garage, but I think the disk drive is broken on it. I think that's what's wrong with it. But it's the tray. It's not the... I think the optical... Shit. Oh! Almost. I don't think it's the optical tray. I think it's just the you know how it... Whatever. I think that's the issue with it. I don't know, it's been a while. But I gotta fix that thing. I've actually had an Xbox itch kind of recently, where I've been wanting to pull that thing out. Alright, let's see. What can we do next? I'm wondering if I should switch to like some third-party stuff. You know what? Let's do this. Yeah, let's switch to some third-party stuff. We'll do some third-party stuff, and then after we do some third-party stuff, then we'll go back to first-party, but we'll do first-party Japan. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go, start application. Scotty said that was a common issue from what I remember. Oh, the tray, like, not working? Yeah. I'm pretty good at fixing and refurbishing these things, so I'm sure it's probably something I'll be able to fix. I just gotta take the time to pull it out and mess with it. Especially the original Xbox, because it's actually almost not worth... if it was something else and I really wanted to play it, it's like, I'll just get one on eBay. I'll find an old... and, you know, clean it up myself or whatever. But those things are expensive to ship because they're super heavy. So you can find like an original Xbox that's like, oh, this seems like a good price, but then shipping will be like $50 because it weighs so much. I remember even when we had our eBay store, my wife and I, like I never wanted to to sell Xboxes. I would refurbish them and then like I would just sell them like on OfferUp or something locally because I never wanted to ship them because they were so fucking big. Or heavy rather. Well, they're big too, but they're heavy. All right, let's do some fucking Mortal Kombat trilogy. I gotta turn off the morphs. Because then there's no loading times. If we even get to him. Anything else? No. Gabe said, is there any game you can win without losing? Yeah, I've beat a ton of games. I think you've just never been to a stream where I've actually won anything. I've beat a lot of games on here. Of course, I pick one that I can't beat now again. All right. Yeah, let's start with some Scorpion. Gabe said the only ones I beat are King of Fighters. I suck at other types of games. Yeah, I've beaten a lot. If you go to like my channel and you type like playthrough or like complete playthrough or something like that, you'll see those are all the games that I've beat because I've tried to make playthrough videos for most of them. Oh man. Sorry, I got thrown off for a second because I'm so used to playing the arcade versions of this. I was like, this looks fucking crazy. It threw me off. Like the size proportions are kind of off. Oh no, you got me, fucker. Oh. This was the cool thing about Mortal Kombat trilogies. It's like we're the Mortal Kombat 3 characters, but we're on a Mortal Kombat 2 stage. I think that's what threw me off. Gabe said, wish I could beat Sunset Riders. That game is so cool. Yeah, it's a cool one. Said I'm going to catch up on your playthroughs. Yeah, there's some cool ones on there. You'll have to look up my it's actually a Sega Saturn one. I beat I think it was Street Fighter Alpha 1? It was 1 or 2. I think it was 1, but I did a no-loss run, and I beat it without losing a single round. It was fucking crazy. I didn't even realize it until the end. I was like, did I not lose? And then I went back and I checked, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't even lose a single round. And I was just like talking the whole time too, like not even really paying attention, just like how I normally do on these streams. I'm just like bullshitting. But when I went back, I was like, oh my god, I didn't fucking lose a single round. Pretty wild. Yeah, I feel really bad that this weekend had to be the 30th anniversary for Sega Saturn. Between Mother's Day and then everybody watching Doom streams, Doom Dark Ages streams tonight, it's like, poor Sega Saturn, just getting left behind. Oh shit. Oh no. God damn it. Get wrecked. I think it's cool that they put, because this is the Mortal Kombat 1 stage, but they replaced Shang Tsung with Shao Kahn up there. Because in the original one, it's Shang Tsung sitting in that chair. Ah, I'm fucking stuck. Hate that. There we go. Ah! Fuck you. Get wrecked. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Gabe said to beat that game, I have to put cheats on it. Which one? Sunset Riders or Street Fighter? Well, I mean, I don't think I could beat Sunset Riders without unlimited continues. Like, most of those, like, arcade beat-em-ups, I have to use, like, a bunch of fucking continues. Oh, fuck. I've never been the, like, you know, I can beat a game on 1/4 kind of guy. Scotty, get wrecked. Oh no. I know. That's like that should be like the trademark or something of my channel. Get wrecked. Oh no. The fucking story of my life. Oh, Gabe said Street Fighter. I actually just beat that too not long ago, and it was like on regular ass arcade difficulty. It took me a bunch of tries, but I beat it. Scotty's in here. He can vouch for that. That I beat the original. I beat the original Street Fighter. I've beat Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. I beat a bunch of Street Fighter games, and I do it all on just like, you know, regular arcade difficulty. I guess at some point I'll have to do some runs where I put it on hard and see how I do. I need to go back and see if I actually beat some of those. I know I played Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 3, the second one, whatever that one's called, Second Impact. I think I beat those ones too, if I remember correctly. I should put playthrough videos of those. I think I've always been scared too, because like I feel like Street Fighter 3 players are very like serious about it. And like I'll just get a bunch of fucking downvotes and like shitty comments like, you suck. What's really weird is most of my videos don't get downvotes. The only one that really did was like when I said that the Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom games suck, which I still think that. I still think those games suck ass, and they're not Zelda games. But anyway, the one that I did about Nintendo Switch and the digital game cards or whatever, apparently I pissed off Nintendo fanboys because they just went in and like downvoted my video. It's like one of my most watched videos, and then it's just a bunch of like people downvoting it. I think it has like a 70% like percentage or something, which most of my videos have 100%. So it's interesting. Like, why would you get mad about it? Because it's like, I'm just telling you what it is. Like, I'm not lying. You know, that like the way that they work, I just showed how they work, and then like people got mad at me. I'm like, it's not my fault Nintendo did that shit. I wouldn't have done it. Scotty said, don't mess with Nintendo neckbeards. Yeah, dude. They're fucking mad at me. And it's funny, too, because it's like, I'm a Nintendo fan. Like, I like the Switch, you know? But I'm not going to sit there and, like, pretend like that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. They literally ruined the Switch. It's fucking stupid. I was, the other day, like, a few days ago, I was checking something out, and, like all my digital games are loaded up on oh, this is cool that you can do this stage down here. All my digital games are loaded up on my Switch Lite, and yeah, so like if I want to play on my actual Switch, like the OLED one, I have to fucking do that game card switch bullshit for like every fucking game. So it's like, for you to go like on my video and like get mad and downvote it, it's like, why? That's not my fault. I'm supposed to like that? I'm supposed to be okay with that? Why? Because it's Nintendo? Like, are you fucking, like, for real? Like, just because it's Nintendo, I'm supposed to be okay with that. And I've said nice things about Nintendo in the past. It's like, I don't know, I just don't understand that, like, that mentality. It's like, if you do something good, then I'm going to say, hey, that's cool. That's really cool that they, whether it's Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft, whatever, if they do something cool, it's like, yeah, let's talk about it. That's cool. But if you do something fucking stupid, I'm going to say that's fucking stupid. It doesn't matter if it's Nintendo or Sony or if it's the Steam store or if it's GOG. I love GOG. I think GOG is fucking amazing. I love GOG. But if they do something stupid, I'm going to say, hey, that's pretty fucking stupid. You probably shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, why would you get mad at me for that? Like I just don't understand that, like, blind loyalty to, like, a brand. You know what I mean? This corporation doesn't give a fuck about you. Nintendo doesn't give two fucks about you. Are you serious? All they care about is your fucking money. So it's like, for you to have this, like, blind loyalty, they're gonna continue to just fucking screw you if you don't, like, call them out when they do fucked up shit. Like, for sure, you can say nice things about them when they do shit that's cool. Definitely, because then you want to see more of that. Like, yeah, do more of that. We like that as gamers, you know what I mean? But when they do something stupid, you gotta fucking tell them, or they're just gonna walk all over you. I bet these people are in, like, fucking toxic relationships, like like their girlfriends beat them and shit, or boyfriends or whatever. Who am I kidding? These people don't have significant others. Scotty said it's a good time for people to become PC gamers. Yeah. Did I get game over? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I think the problem is, like, and you know, I do both. Like, I have PC games, but the problem is, like, for me, like, I think there's a lot of people like me who still just are, you know, old school gamers who like to fucking play on their TV. You know what I mean? And it's like, you'll just never change people like me. And I think that's the hurdle for PC, is it's like, there's always going to be the people that want to just sit down on the couch and play fucking video games. And that's why consoles will probably never die. I can't believe he keeps shooting these fucking low fireballs at me. Like, what the fuck, dude? A fucking faggot. God damn. Were you seeing that? Like, all he was doing was shooting low fireballs at me over and over and over and over again. What's up, Shode? Welcome to Liu Kang throws low fireballs all day long. Okay, I'm going to give it one more shot and then we'll play another game, because I'll do this all night with Mortal Kombat. But I'm kind of pissed now. Like, I feel like I have to have to beat Liu Kang here. But yeah, if I wasn't a fucking old school, I got to play on the couch gamer, I would definitely probably just completely switch to PC. Scotty said, I just have an HDMI to my monitor and have a longer one to run to my TV when I feel like sitting on the couch. Yeah, I've done that in the past. I think I did it for Postal 2 because I really wanted to play Postal 2 on the TV. I think I did that once. With the fucking low fireballs, god damn. Asshole. You fuck. Oh, fuck you, dude. Come on. He's pissing me off so much. Shode said I work for my PC. Look at the low fireball. Hold on. I'll read it in a second. I gotta fucking whip this guy's ass. Fucking dickhead. Oh my god. Okay, I'm really pissed. I'm gonna give it one more try. Shode said I work for my PC, so I tend not to play many games there, but I play older consoles generally. Yeah, you know, that's the same thing for me. I'm on a fucking computer all day. And in my recreation time, like, the last thing I want to do is fucking sit down in front of a computer. I mean, I know I do these streams from a computer, but if there was a way for me to do this and not be on a computer, I would totally do it. Let me switch characters real quick. See if this helps. But yeah, I feel you, Shode. I'm kind of the same way. At the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is sit in front of the fucking computer. I think that might be, you know, a lot of people too. You know, I mean, whether you're like in music and you're, you know, mixing and you're at a computer all day, or if you have a desk job, like, you know, you're a programmer or whatever, like, wow. He's got a fucking perfect on me. I shouldn't have switched characters. I thought I would be able to be clever and get him with this, but sometimes I could spam this and they'll... Oh, there we go. Ah! Can you not shoot high fireballs? Only low, huh? Fucker! One more. Just one more. I swear it's the last one. I'm just so mad. I promise this is the last one. It's just, it's personal now. He's thrown 0 high fireballs. He's only thrown low. Like, that's so cheap. I wonder if I can get him with Raiden. If I do the... Where's Raiden? Let's see if this works. Earth Realm versus Earth Realm. If you guys popped in late, you'll have to go back when it's over and watch the intro where I Oh, come on, you dickhead. Low fireball, there it is. You'll have to go back and watch the intro where I played the Sega Saturn ad campaign. It's pretty cool. What the hell was going on with those electric things? They were coming from all over the place. Maybe I figured it out. If you're gonna spam bullshit, I'll spam bullshit all day. I don't give a fuck, asshole. Ah. Got him. Finally. Get wrecked, Liu Kang. Fucking bitch. I'm gonna have to clip all the Liu Kang shit together. Victory. Show said, how many last ones are you on? LOL. I think that was my 3rd last one. I swear it's the last one. But hey, I got him, right? I had to do it. It got personal with him just throwing low fireballs at me. Now I'm the one spamming. Somehow it's okay when I do it. It's just, it's not cool when the CPU does it. When the computer does it, it's cheap. When I do it, it's okay. I'll run the clock out, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Keep ducking me. I'll last all 50 seconds. I don't care. Teabagger. Gabe said, I'm going to crash, dude. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. All right. Thanks for coming, man. Have a good night. Get wrecked. Get teabagged. Man, that I shared this thing that was like clearly like fake. It was like a thing from Activision that said that they were going to start banning people for teabagging on Call of Duty or whatever, and people thought it was real. It was so fucking funny. Like, I think it even like it might have made like video game news websites and stuff. Not my tweet, but the picture or whatever. Oh man, it's crazy that like we've reached levels of clown world that like something like that people are just like, oh my god, is this real? I mean, for like a second when I saw it too, I was like, are you serious? Is this real? But then like, you know, you read the rest of it and it's like, what the fuck is diddying? That's not even a real thing. But it's just sad that like we live in such clown world that like you see that and you're like, oh my god, they're actually banning people, perma-banning people for teabagging in video games. You know, we might not be far off from that at some point. I saw something today where there was like somebody wrote an article about game over screens being mean. Like that game over screens are too mean or something and they need to be nicer or some bullshit. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, god damn, it's like this. It's the same people that are probably like, what was that thing? What was that headline? Are we reaching a no boss or a skippable boss fight utopia? Like, if you don't want to fight bosses, don't play video games, man. Like, are you fucking for real? A skippable boss fight utopia? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, just don't play video games at that point. Fucking freaks. Ooh, you know what would be a fun one to play? Let's do the very first Dead or Alive game. It's the Japanese version, but this will be cool. This was actually the for me, this was the first one that I played too, was the Sega Saturn version. Oh wait, I gotta reset it so it'll switch to Japanese. The show said an Onion article is getting people LOL. Basically. It was funny though. I thought it was hilarious. Whoever made that, it's fucking super funny. Like, of all games to like get people up in arms about like they're banning teabagging. And I think when I posted it, I said teabagging is life. Tecmo presents. Roy said, losers just want The Last of Us remasters for life. Probably. Do those games have boss fights? I've never played a fucking Last of Us game, and I never will. Those games don't interest me at all. Fuck those games. And that fucking TV show, like, everything I fucking see from it, it's like, oh my god. Ugh. Alright, let's see how far I can get on some Dead or Alive. You know I gotta go with Hayabusa. This is probably for me, like... I don't remember the buttons, hold on. Oh, there we go. After Virtua Fighter, the Dead or Alive series is my next favorite. I know for most people Tekken is #1, but for me it's it goes Virtua Fighter and then the Dead or Alive games. Because the Dead or Alive games play a lot more similar to Virtua Fighter than Tekken. Oh shit. I'm probably one of the only people that's my order of 3D fighting games, is Virtua Fighter, Dead or Alive, and then Tekken. Like, I've got to be the only one. Scotty's probably putting his fist through the fucking screen right now. Like, fuck Daniel. Roy said I've only played the first one. Literally the first one on the PS3. I don't think there were any boss battles. Oh, so there's no boss fights? Well, that's why. Yeah, you're right then. They just want to play The Last of Us. It's like, boss fights are just like a thing. Like, it's just part of fucking video games, man. Like, goddamn, like, you just want to play interactive movies. That's what it is. These fucking people that are like, I don't like, you know, video games need to have easy difficulty modes, and I don't like boss fights and whatever. It's like you don't like video games. You like these fucking cinematic bullshits that aren't actually games. They're just like movies that you do fucking quick time events. Like that's what you like. If you're not an actual gamer, you don't like video games. You know, and I think a lot of these people that ended up being, you know, video game journalists and these people that ended up in the video game industry in one form or another, they're not actually gamers, and I think that they found their way in. They wormed their way in, like fucking interlopers. They're fucking interlopers, and they found their way into an industry that they could fucking make money basically like doing nothing. They're like, I took a fucking bullshit journalism class and I act like I'm smart so I could get a job writing about video games because it's fucking easy, but I don't actually care about video games. And they all took over the fucking industry. That's what fucking happened, if we want to get down to it. Like, what honestly happened. It's exactly what it is. These people don't deserve to be in the industries that they're in. And people can get mad at me and I don't give a fuck, but I know what it is because I fucking worked in the video game industry for a while. And I've seen these people. They don't give a fuck about video games. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. They've taken over the industry at this point. And I mean, I think people know what it is now, and I don't think that they're going to be in charge for much longer. I think a lot of them, clearly a lot of these layoffs, I think they're getting rid of the difficult people, who are some of these people, and I think they're going to continue to do that until they weed them all out. I don't think it's going to last much longer. You know, and these kind of people have hijacked all these hobbies too, you know, video games, comic books, fucking tabletop fucking RPGs, like all kinds of shit. It's happening in the music industry too. It's like, and I think a lot of it is like, it's happening in these creative industries because, you know, and I know it because you know, I'm a musician, like I'm in the music industry. I work with professionals. Like I know some of the new people that have come in, and it's like, what basically happened is like you have a couple generations now that they think that they have this like right to like not have to work like everyone else. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to be a fucking musician. Everybody wants to be a video game designer, a director, a writer, you know what I mean? In these fucking creative fields, right? Because whatever, they think that they're not creative. That's the thing. You cannot teach creativity, and not everyone is creative. Not everybody needs to be a fucking director or a writer or a musician or a fucking video game designer. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't deserve to be either. The people who have been successful at it and the people who deserve it are the ones who are actually creative and they've worked hard at it. And a lot of it is just talent that you can't, it's just something you're born with. You know what I mean? I can speak to it because like I haven't taken a fucking music lesson in my life. I can't even read fucking music. I can just do it. I don't know why. I can just do it. I can just sing and I can play guitar and I can, if there's an instrument I've never played, I can pick it up and I can figure it out. I don't know what it is. It's just the way my fucking brain works. But that's not everyone. And just because you like music doesn't mean that you're meant to fucking do what I do. That you're meant to play music. It's fucking stupid. So not everything is for everyone. You know what I mean? We gotta have fucking, you know, plumbers and fucking, you know what I mean? And engineers and people that build airplanes and fucking doctors and lawyers and all these fucking things. Like, you know, there's other things you can do. Like, not everybody needs to be in a fucking creative field. And somehow, like, they're allowed in now. And it's just, it's fucking crazy. And that's why everything sucks, too. Because there's all these people who have, you know, worked their way in, like these interlopers, into fucking creative fields that they don't belong in. And the art sucks. Because they're not actually creative. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, I mean, it's not only that. I'm sure there's other factors, but I think it's a big factor, and I think it's something that people don't like to talk about because it's mean. You know, and people will bring up gatekeeping. Oh, you're a gatekeeper. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, I'm not. Well, for one, gatekeeping isn't a bad thing. You know, if people had gate kept a little better, maybe these industries wouldn't fucking suck now. You know what I mean? Gatekeeping is good, actually. And I'm not being mean, it's just the fucking reality of it. Like, people who are not good at things should not be doing them. And there's too many people in the entertainment industry in all areas, music, video games, movies, comic books, all over the place, that shouldn't be fucking doing it. I mean, I went to Barnes & Noble the other day to get my kids some books, and it's like these walls of like fantasy novels, and you know, it's very like, you know who it's geared to. It's like geared towards chicks, and it's like these weird romance fantasy bullshits that it all looks like fucking like fan fiction, and it's just like walls of it. Like, they're selling so much of this crap, and it's like, who the fuck is hiring these people to write these fucking books? Like, why is there rows and rows of this fucking Tumblr art fucking fan fiction bullshit in Barnes & Noble? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that many people can't be buying this shit, can they? Like, something's up. You know what I mean? And it's like, it just feels that way across the board with everything. Like, you go into the fucking the digital video game store for like Switch or PlayStation or whatever, and it's like, you know, there's like Hentai Fighter 2 and like, you know, all these like fucking like indie games that are just like total fucking garbage, and it's like, why are these in the fucking store? Like, it's embarrassing. Like, what? It's gross. Like, there's clearly no quality control, you know what I mean? And it's like, again, not everybody should be doing these things. Not everybody should have access, I don't think, to fucking tools to make fucking video games, because then that's what you get. You get a store full of a bunch of fucking bullshit, you know? It's just, I don't know, man. It's the same, you know, like Spotify. It's like, you can't get recognized anymore as a band. Like, it's almost impossible. I feel bad for anybody that's coming up now, because it's like, you know, record labels look at bullshit like fucking follower counts and, you know, your social media presence and all this kind of stuff. And it doesn't matter if your band is good. It doesn't matter. Like, that's like the second thing they look at. The first thing they look at is your social media and all that kind of bullshit. It's just crazy. I can't even imagine. You know, and it's so, there's so much oversaturation of just terrible music, because any asshole can just upload music to Spotify. So if any fucking asshole can just upload music to Spotify, you're never going to get discovered. It doesn't matter how good you are. There's so many great bands that are probably just getting lost in the mix of all these just shitty fucking bands. You know, and then there's AI slop that's starting to get fucking in there too. But, you know. Showed said Electric Underground has a great video about a year ago on this topic. It's worth checking out. Okay. And then I think his major points were that difficulty is the art and that games cater to beginners too much. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there is an art form to making a game that's difficult but fair. Like, fair but hard. You know, to get that right is an art. Like, because those are the games that, you know, you'll still be playing those games like decades after they were first released. That's what makes a truly timeless game. Roy said I haven't been to a bookstore in years. Yeah, it had been forever for me too, until you know, our kids started, you know, we're getting into teaching her how to read and stuff, and you know, we read her bedtime stories, and so you got to get new books or you're reading the same shit all the time. So it was really getting a kid that we started going to the bookstore. You know, and even that's like a fucking disaster, because it's like, I almost don't even want to take her in there half the time because it's like there's so much shit that's like not appropriate for kids just like out. And a lot of it is that sort of like that shit that's written by these fucking bitches, these like fan fiction Tumblr art fucking romance shitty novels. Oh no, I got knocked out. You know, and then also it's like the battle of like, you know, there's all this like fucking LGBTQ fucking and like, you know, it's like race bait shit like in the kids section of like Barnes and Noble, and it's like, again, it's like those things that it's like I shouldn't have to like discuss this stuff with my fucking 5-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, don't you just like carry like Garfield and shit and like, you know, Calvin and Hobbes and Snoopy. Dr. Seuss, you know what I'm saying? Like Peter Rabbit. Roy said, "What the fuck is Tumblr?" Well, the irony is that Tumblr isn't around anymore, but it's like they've completely changed society for the worse. But the website's just not a thing. It bled into mainstream, and then the website itself just like disappeared. Ah, fuck. God damn it. Show said we go to the library, but yeah, I haven't been to a bookstore in years. The other thing that's crazy about the bookstore is I noticed that a lot of, I don't know how they're staying in business, Barnes and Noble, because a lot of the books, like, say there's a book that's like $19.99, right? That same book, you can get it on Amazon sometimes for like $9.99 or $14.99. So yeah, I don't, it's crazy. I don't know how they're competing with Amazon because the prices are just so much cheaper on Amazon. Like, since we've been watching Dragon Ball, I just, for shits and giggles, I was looking at the manga, and when I was looking at it, I made sure to check the price, and then when I got home, I looked on Amazon, and I was like, oh my god, this is like $10 cheaper on Amazon. It was like $24.99 or something like that for one of these, and then it was like $14.99 on Amazon, and it's like, holy shit, like that's a big difference. So yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't know how they're competing. I kind of want to beat this guy because I wasn't paying attention, but like I wonder if I'm like close to the end. Like, did I actually beat this? Be nice if I could actually beat one of these games tonight. Ah, fuck, fucker. Whee! Woo. Oh, god damn it. Come on. I did this like flashy thing and then it didn't even work. Okay, got him. One more. Ah! Come on. There we go. Ugh. Fuck! Oh, I got him! Hell yeah. Nice. Alright, let's see if it shows me, like, if there's, like, a little... Oh, it's just next match, so I don't even know. I feel like I've got to be near the end. Come on. Jesus Christ. Ugh. I like how this game has like the bouncy boob jiggle effects, but it's like because it's like so old, the graphics are outdated. It's like she has like mono boob. It's like it's moving like one boob, but it's two. That's pretty funny. Mono boob. Oh, get wrecked, bitch. Oh. Okay. One more. Got her. Fuck yeah. Get your mono boob out of here. He looks like a boss. I don't know if it's actually a boss, but he looks like a boss. Rado. Shit. Come on. Fuck yeah. Boom. Yeah, it would be really nice if I could beat one. I might go a little bit longer than the normal 2 hours because there's still some games I want to get to, but I don't know, we'll see. See how it goes. I kind of want to see if I can beat this though. Be cool if I could get one playthrough video or clip out of this. Is that what the screen means? That I'm on like the last boss or something? Oh, I beat it! Whee! D. This is the coolest entering your name screen ever. Woohoo! Dead or alive, I beat it. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Alright, well, I'll get a playthrough video out of this. I'll get a rant video where I rant about the entertainment industry, and then a playthrough video. Hell yeah. So it said good game. Thanks, man. And fucking Gabe left, and he was like, do you ever play any games that you beat? He's like, you fucking suck. And then I beat one, and he's not even here. Well, Gabe, if you're watching this later, in clip form, here you go. I beat one. This is a fun game, man. This is a really cool one. It's crazy that, I mean, this is the very first Dead or Alive game, and it's still so much fun, like, after all these years. What a fucking cool game. I should play some of the other Dead or Alive games on stream. I have all of them. I have every single Dead or Alive game. Maybe that's what I'll do next week. That could be cool to do a Dead or Alive stream. Maybe I can go, since I just beat one, I could do maybe 2 and 3. I think I have 2, 3, and 4 on Xbox One, and then I have 5 and 6 on PlayStation 4. So it said, love Tecmo, never played Dead or Alive. Oh, they're great, man. Oh shit, Epic Mike, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining. You just missed me beat fucking Dead or Alive. You missed my great success. You'll be in the clip, though. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we're going to play next now that we beat that. I'm almost like, should I do another fighting game? Because maybe I can actually beat something. I'll probably go for like 30 more minutes, because that'll be 2.5 hours. And everybody knows I don't have the stamina to go much longer. Sucks I have Dead or Alive 2 for Dreamcast, but I don't have my Dreamcast set up. There's Virtua Fighter Remix. Oh, you know what? That could actually be kind of cool to play. Yeah, let's do that. Virtua Fighter Remix is really cool. Epic Mike said, "Oh, nice, bro. That's legit. Thanks, man." Virtua Fighter Remix is cool. It's So what it is it's, we'll go ahead and play that one. It's the very first Virtua Fighter game. But they redid the graphics so it looks a little better. It looks kind of like, it's closer to like Virtua Fighter 2 graphics, because if you've ever played the first Virtua Fighter, it's, you know, it was pretty much like the first 3D fighter, right? So it's very like, you know, blocky, and you know, it looks like you're playing like with like Lego figures and shit. So Remix kind of makes the graphics a little bit better. It's still a very old game, but you know, it looks a little better. Now I'm gonna come off of that great win, and now I'm just gonna get my ass handed to me probably. I don't remember it being as hard as Virtua Fighter 2, but I'm still probably going to get my ass handed to me. I think they redid these little drawings here are like a lot better. So let's see. I'm going to give it my best shot.
Fight 1. Ready, go.
So yeah, it's a little closer to the way Virtua Fighter 2 looks. But it's nowhere near arcade perfect. Which was crazy that, like, you know, I don't think we ever got a home console port of Virtua Fighter 1 that was arcade perfect. The only way that you can play it that's arcade perfect at home, that's like an official release, is the Sega City Mini or whatever arcade thing, which I have that. I've streamed it before. It has Virtua Fighter on there, and it's an arcade perfect port. But it's also like, there's one issue with it where like the replays are actually like a little choppy, which is kind of weird. But the gameplay is fine, and other than that, it's arcade perfect. But that's it. Like, I always found that odd. It's also odd that like Sega's never done a Virtua Fighter compilation. Like, I feel like they've just been re-releasing Virtua Fighter 4 for like 10 years, and and they won't just release like a new, or they won't release a compilation or a new game for that matter. But yeah, I would immediately buy a Virtua Fighter compilation with like Virtua Fighter 1 through 4. Like, that would be awesome. Oh fuck. Oh, did that too soon. No! Ah, god damn it. Epic Mike said, seems like that would make a ton of money. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I think so. Sega makes really weird decisions. It's like, they act like the only property they have is Sonic the Hedgehog and the Yakuza series. Like, they act like that's all they have and that's all they make, you know? And it's like, no, you have all these other great properties. Like, I don't know why they don't do anything with them. And Virtua Fighter just, you know, it blows my mind that they've just been milking 5 for so many years, and they just keep doing these different versions of it and whatnot. And it's like, just make 6, man. Like, come on. And yeah, a compilation would, like, these games wouldn't be hard to put on a compilation disc, you know? You know, you've got like companies like Digital Eclipse and M2 and, you know, that do really great ports and compilations nowadays. It's like, it's totally doable. You could even, if you did Virtua Fighter like 1 through 4 compilation, you know, and threw some bells and whistles on it and shit, you could sell it full price, like $60, and people would totally buy it. There's no reason to not do it. So, but I mean, that's Sega. That's the story of Sega. Celebrate 30 years of Sega Saturn. Let's talk about how fucking stupid Sega is with their business decisions, because they've made some retarded decisions over the decades. And yeah, you know, leaving behind a series like Virtua Fighter is one of their biggest retarded decisions. Show said I had this on Dreamcast, or maybe it was the sequel, can't remember. The one to get on Dreamcast that's really cool is Virtua Fighter 3 TB or something like that. I forget the little subtitle, but it's Virtua Fighter 3. That one's cool, and it has like the stages are like they're not just flat. Like you can like move up and down on the stages. It's really cool. Roy said like how SNK did Fatal Fury and those epic soundtracks. Damn it. No! I'm not going to be able to come back from this, I can already tell. Fuck. God damn it. There's also, like, I feel like Sega Saturn has just been... I've read, too, that maybe it's because part of it is that it's hard to emulate, so I don't know if that's why, but it's like, they've never, like, Sega's never re-released any of their Sega Saturn shit. I think they did, like, Nights into Dreams. They made that digitally available at one point, but it's like, nothing else really. I can't think. Guardian Heroes, randomly you can get Guardian Heroes, or you used to be able to get it on the Xbox Arcade, Live Arcade, or whatever. But that was the only system it was available on. I mean, that wasn't first party Sega, but it's just an example of like the Sega Saturn games that are just locked to the Saturn. Saturn is definitely one of the few consoles that, like, you know, most games you can just, or, you know, systems can be emulated, and you don't necessarily, you know, unless you're a purist like me, you don't have to have original hardware. Like, there's ways to play it, you can emulate it, but Saturn is one of the few systems that it can't, the emulation isn't quite there yet, and there's not really a lot of ports available on, you know, actual legit consoles. So it's like, if you want to enjoy Sega Saturn, really the only way to do it is to just buy a Sega Saturn, and buy games. And, you know, it's become so expensive at this point that it's like, it's cost prohibitive for most people. Thankfully, I had to rebuy a Saturn, but I got it before, like, you know, the prices got kind of ridiculous. And a lot of my games, you know, I got before, you know, that happened as well. So it was kind of like around the pandemic, I felt like. I mean, prices were getting high, but like once the pandemic hit and like people were like locked in their houses, you started seeing retro gaming prices go through the roof, and they got to this ridiculous point, and it just never got better. If anything, it's only gotten worse as time has gone on. Like people, some of these prices too, like I'll see people sell like the shittiest, most scratched up copy of a game, and they'll sell it for like, try to sell it for like $100, and it's like got scratches all over it, and like, you know, it's gonna have issues when you try to play it, and it's just, it's crazy, man. Offensive prices for some of these games. Oh, what the fuck? I'm just getting wrecked here. Ah. Come on. Oh! I ran right into that. Son of a bitch. Let's keep going. See if I can beat it. "3D graphics looks like shit on Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1. Looking good on Xbox." Yeah. Sega Saturn didn't do the best with 3D. But like I had mentioned earlier, what it did do really well at is 2D. 2D fighting games like were incredible on Sega Saturn. Like back in the 90s, like this was the system to have. If you liked games like Street Fighter Alpha and, you know, Darkstalkers and those kind of games, the SNK fighting games like King of Fighters and stuff, like Sega Saturn was the system to have, because they were all better on Saturn than they were on PlayStation. Like they were almost arcade perfect, and you know, a lot of them had like cool like bonus features and stuff too. So yeah, this is the 2D fighting game system, or at least it was, you know, back in the day. And I remember people too, like would come over to my house because, you know, like I had said earlier, like I was the only person back in the day in my friend group that had a Sega Saturn. Everybody had PlayStation or N64, and people that had PlayStation would come over to my house and, you know, we'd play Street Fighter Alpha or whatever, Darkstalkers, and they would be like, holy shit, it looks and runs better on your Saturn than PlayStation. And I'm like, I know, like, but nobody would ever, not a lot of people realize that because just everybody had PlayStation, so. Oh shit. And actually, like, there were even things like Street Fighter Alpha and Alpha 2 are actually more arcade accurate than the PlayStation versions, like the shadows and stuff, and just all these little details were more accurate to the arcade version than the PlayStation versions. It just handled 2D better. Alright, I'll give this a couple more shots, and then if I can't get my playthrough video, whatever, I got the Dead or Alive one. If I can't beat her, we'll try and check out a couple more games while we still have some time. Fuck me. Oh, get wrecked. Oh! Hell yeah. Boom. That's a cool move when you can pull it off, right? Ah, fucking bitch. Fuck. She's like, I got cool moves too, bitch. Boom. Fuck me. Ah. Damn it. Shut up. Oh, man. I'm gonna lose, I feel it. Oh, no. Get the fucking ring out, bitch. No! I got it. I got it. No, I lost! How did I lose? She went out first. Oh, come on. She went out first, right? Oh, is it because I went out too? Like, if you both go out, like, you lose? I call bullshit on that one. Ugh. God damn, bitch. Ah, fuck. And she beat my ass there. I deserved all of that. Ah. You know what, though? I gotta say, I'm actually, other than Dead or Alive, like, for some reason, this game right now, like, I'm having more fun playing this than I've had all night. I don't know why. It's so much fun. Oh, no! Roy said that was a GG, Dan. Alright. One more. One more. I know I keep saying one more and then I keep going, but... I get super determined. I'm like Goku from Dragon Ball. I love to fight. Fuck. Fuck out of here. God damn it. Fuck. Okay, good. Whew. I gotta win this. I gotta win. What the fuck with these fucking blocking ass bitch? Showed said keep going. Okay. Shit. Ah. No. Ah, that fucking leg grab move. God damn it. Every fucking time. All right, Showed. Well, so, since you said keep going, I'm gonna go another one. Because you said keep going, and it was the last thing I read. I like that her job is college student. That's her job. Ah! Fuck out of here. Okay, either she's getting harder or I'm getting tired. I'm probably getting tired. Boom! There we go. That show said one more game. Get the fuck out of here. Get wrecked, pie. Your fucking stupid blue outfit. Alright, let's go. Fuck you. What the fuck? Ring out! Oh. And you know what? Since Showed said one more game, I'm gonna do one more game. I'm gonna do one more. You can blame Showed. If you didn't want to see another one, you can blame Showed because he said one more game. Showed, no. Oh fuck. Jesus, my whole fucking life bar just gone. God damn. This bitch is hard, man. Oh! God damn. Ugh. Ass handed to me. Showed can't go out like that. I think I am going to go out like that. Yeah. That'll be the end of me for this. Okay, let's see. I want to just get a couple more in. Let's see what we got. There's so many games here. I guess I should have showed you. Like, I just have like a stack. These are all just like Japanese games. I have like so many fucking games. Oh, Fighting Vipers. That's another, I think that's first party. Oh, Last Bronx is an interesting one. Oh, I have Fighters Megamix too. Fighters Megamix could be an interesting one too. You know what? Let's... Okay, I'll leave it up to somebody in chat. Somebody from the chat can decide. Whoever says first. We'll either do Fighters Megamix or Fighting Vipers. So Fighting Vipers or Fighters Megamix. And Fighters Megamix, if you don't know, is basically like all the like Sega first party fighting games like in one. Like all the characters basically. It's like Fighting Vipers and Virtua Fighter characters and Last Bronx and whatever. I think you can even like be the car from Daytona USA. You might have to unlock it or something, but so I'll let you guys decide. I lost the case for this. I'll just put it here. Roy said Mega Mix. All right. Man, I wanted to get to like Alien Trilogy and like some of the cool like third party games, but yeah, there's just not enough time. Like I'm already going over like what I normally go. 'Cause I normally just do 2 hours, but you know, it's the 30th anniversary. We got to play some more stuff, so. But this will probably be the last one that I'll do tonight because I got to go to bed eventually. All right, Fighters Megamix. One player mode. Yeah, this game is awesome. There's so many like unlockable characters and just like weirdo like fucking characters. You can be the car from Daytona USA. Like I think you can unlock Pepsi Man, which is pretty cool. Oh, look, you can do novice, Virtua Fighter, Vipers, or just girls. That's kind of cool. Let's do novice trial just because whatever. It's the end of the night. I'm tired. I didn't change the difficulty, so it's still on regular difficulty. But okay, yeah. So this stage is a Fighting Vipers stage. I think that's a Fighting Vipers character too. Oh shit. And see, this seems like a mix. Like they're set up like Fighting Vipers, and I'm set up like Virtua Fighter. Roy said, so it's like a better version of Super Smash Bros. Kind of. Shode said it's unfortunate Sega isn't in the console market anymore. Yeah, I say it all the time. Like, I kind of feel like there's sort of an opportunity there. They would just have to do it in the right way. And I think that if they did something that like appealed to retro gamers, I think that there could be some success there, because I look at the company that I look to is Evercade. I wish I could see like their actual numbers, like if they're profitable or not, but it seems like they're doing decent. And to me, it's like if a company like Evercade can be successful, and they're just like, you know, a super independent company, you know, and they've got this console or whatever, and it plays like cartridges, you know, it seems like a massive company like Sega should be able to do something. And it's like, if they were to make something that, you know, maybe it's cartridge based, or, you know, but it's just like, if they just like leverage their retro games and all the licenses that they have, I think it could be successful. You know, but they'd have to make it like an actual like premium thing. You know what I mean? It couldn't be some cheapy bullshit. You know, and if they did an online store, but then they did it like, you know, we have an online store, but we only sell Sega shit. You know what I mean? Or if they sell third party, it's only third party games that were actually on Sega systems back in the day. So it's like, yeah, there's, you know, Interplay games or whatever, but it's just like Interplay games that were on Sega Genesis back in the day, or, you know, whatever. And just get the rights for like, you know, older games that were on those systems. I think that would be awesome. Like I would do that. I would buy that. And I think they would make money in the store too. In their own little digital store. You know, because it's like if you had like a Sega, like a new Sega console, and, you know, say it was everything. It was Master System all the way through Dreamcast, right? And like that's what it played. You know, and you could buy physical games, and, you know, you could buy them from the store. I think they would make a lot of money, because people would totally buy like, oh, like I can play, you know, Earthworm Jim on Sega Genesis exactly how it was, but I only have to pay $9.99 in the digital store, as opposed to like $60 to buy an old cartridge. Like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? I think it would be successful. You know, and maybe some of these old companies like that, you know, made some of these games, like they could make some money too, you know, off of selling the license. And Sega's got the scratch. They've got the money to do it. And I really do think it would be profitable. I'm totally spamming this guy, and I don't give a fuck. It was working. You know, and I've read that there's no way that they're going to do like a Saturn or a fucking Pi again. They're never going to do a Saturn Mini or a Dreamcast Mini. They've pretty much said that, so people can forget that dream. Wow, somehow I can just spam that and beat every character. Can I beat the whole game like that? Why does that work? Is this game broken? Oh, I can't do it now. But that's what I was doing to the other character too. It's fucking weird. I feel like they almost got stuck in that loop again. That's strange. Master System is another thing that Sega just has completely left behind. Like, there's so many good games on Master System that, like, there's never been a Master System compilation. Like, why have they never done that? Like, that would be cool too. Or like Game Gear games, like, which was essentially Master System. It was like the same hardware but portable. There's a lot of games that, again, like, those are all locked to those systems. There's so many Master System and Game Gear games that you can't play either outside of those systems or emulation. And it's a bummer because they just get lost to time. Like, nobody hears about them and they're just completely forgotten. And a lot of them are first party games too. Show said, I guess it's just too hard to compete with the general oversaturation of everything in emulation, but I do think it would be cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, people like me would buy it, like, but I mean, how many retro gamers are there actually? You know what I mean? Compared to the general public, like, probably not a lot, but I don't know. But again, I look at things like Evercade, and I know Evercade isn't necessarily like a premium product. They have their new Alpha system, which is like the tabletop arcade, which is premium. But like their console is kind of like, it's a little cheapy. Like, they obviously made it even with like cheap plastics, and it's probably running some sort of like Android on the back end or something. I don't know. You could just tell it's not like, but it's fine for the money, like, and it's cool, and I applaud them for like what they're doing, and they're getting better at what they do. Like I said, the Alpha is a premium product. It's really rad. But you know, I look at that and it's like, you know, if somehow they're surviving and are profitable, I feel like Sega should be able to do it too. Especially with all the stuff, you know, licenses that they have, all the games they have. But again, it's like Sega's retarded. It's like they act like all they have is Sonic the Hedgehog and Yakuza. And nothing else that they've ever done exists. I mean, I know they're doing the new Shinobi game, and they're supposedly doing a new Golden Axe and whatever, but you know, those are going to be like on modern consoles, and they're kind of like newer versions, so. But we'll see how those go. The Shinobi game looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. I wish it was Sega themselves doing it, but, you know, whatever. I guess it's the people that did Streets of Rage 4 are doing it. I just hope they don't fuck up Golden Axe. That's the one that, like, I would be very upset if they if they fuck up Golden Axe. Show said looking forward to the new Shinobi game. Yeah, it looks pretty good, dude. I wasn't a huge fan of Streets of Rage 4. I know a lot of people really liked that game. I thought it was okay, but like, I don't know. It was just kind of forgettable for me, personally. But you know, maybe it's just a taste thing. Like but yeah, I think it's fine, like, that they're doing Shinobi, because, you know, the gameplay wasn't bad or anything. It was just like, it was more of a vibe thing for me with Streets of Rage 4. But from what I've seen for Shinobi, like the trailer, like it looks right. Like the vibe looks right, so it could be cool. I just hope it's hard. Shinobi games need to be brutally fucking difficult. So I hope that they kept that aspect of it, that they stayed true to the difficulty of Shinobi games. It's like Ninja Gaiden games. It'd be like if they released a Ninja Gaiden game and it wasn't brutally hard, you know. So, but we'll see. Shod said definitely getting that. Yeah, I'll probably get it too. Like, no matter what the reviews are, I'll probably still pick it up, just because, I mean, goddamn, when's the last time I was able to play a Shinobi game? It was the same thing for Streets of Rage 4. I picked it up like day one also. Shot said, I mean, I'm not singing its praises yet, but I'm going to play it. Oh yeah, same dude, for sure. I think from what I've seen though, and like, you know, having played Streets of Rage 4 and like the way that the trailer for this looks, I think it'll be hard for them to mess up. I think at worst, I don't think that it'll be a bad game. I think at worst for me, it'll just be how Streets of Rage 4 was, which was just kind of meh. You know what I mean? It's like, it wasn't bad. It just, I don't know. It was kind of forgettable for me. Like I beat it and then I never played it again. There was no real replay value for me for some reason. Whereas like, you know, I'll still play Streets of Rage 2 and 1 to this day. You know, but again, I mean, a lot of that could be nostalgia, you know, maybe that's why I play a lot of these games still. Whereas like, you know, there's newer games that like I rarely go back to them. You know what game I do go back to a lot though is Far Cry 5. I like that world. That's like one of the few like newer games that I've played a lot of after I beat it was Far Cry 5. Like sometimes I'll just play Far Cry 5 just to drive around and like shoot people and go fishing and hunting and just drive around in the world and whatever. Like I'm not even playing the game right. I'm just cruising around. Like the music is cool and like, you know, just that whole like driving around that fake Montana town or whatever like is super cool. I liked Far Cry 5 a lot. I don't know how successful it was, but like for me, I know everybody talks about Far Cry 3 being the best one, but for me, Far Cry 5 is the best Far Cry game. I fucking love that game, man. Like Far Cry 3 is like a fun game, but like I don't feel like I always want to go back to that world. But Far Cry 5, like I could just play that game for hours and hours. Get lost in it. I have too. That's one of those. Far Cry 5 is one of those games where like I start playing it and then all of a sudden I'm like, you know, it'll be a weekend and I'm like, oh my god, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, it's 3:30 in the morning. What happened? I could totally get sucked into it. Well, I guess we beat another one. Hell yeah! I lucked out that this was the last game we played. I got another playthrough. Almost dropped my controller. Well, that's a good way to go out on the Sega Saturn 30th anniversary stream. Another win. 2 fighting game wins. So take that, Gabriel. I beat games all the time on here. I fucking cheesed this for sure, though. I just kept fucking doing that knee kick attack. Because it was working. I like that I get a little replay of all my wins where I'm just spamming the knee attack. A little chibi. But anyway, yeah. Happy 30th anniversary, Sega Saturn. You're awesome. Showed said hot take. I like Grand Theft Auto, but I'm kind of burnt out on the series. Do you mean the very first Grand Theft Auto? I don't think that's a hot take. I like Vice City. Vice City is my favorite one. Followed by San Andreas. And San Andreas, it's mostly just because it's in the 90s, and like the 90s is like my decade. I like those two because they both have the best soundtracks and stuff for me. And yeah, those are cool games. Let me put in my initials here. D-A-N. All right. Shod said, I mean, I don't care about GTA 6 at all. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not excited about it at all. Yeah, I played 5 and I don't know, like it's tough with Grand Theft Auto games because it's like, you know, they're fun, but like I think I don't know. they're kind of samey. I mean, it's like you're just doing the same shit. You're just in a different location, right? So it's like, you know, it gets a bit samey, and it's like each game is just, it's a different location with better graphics, but you're still doing the same thing. And I think that's why for me, like, it's still just Vice City and San Andreas, because those were the the two coolest decades for me. And like, I like the soundtracks and stuff, and I can just drive around and have a good time. Showed said I'm sure it'll be great, but I'm just not interested. Yeah, I feel you. I think I'm kind of there too. So anyway, that was Fighters Mega Mix. So I guess we'll wrap it up. So this was the 30th anniversary Sega Saturn stream. Went for 2.5 hours, a little longer than normal. Sorry I didn't get to more, but I got to go to bed. I'm tired. But whatever, it's a sampling of how cool the system is. So, you know, and for people that, like I had mentioned earlier, that you know, it's kind of hard to play these games if you don't have an actual console, because the emulation isn't quite there yet. But I always tell people it's very affordable to get a Japanese Saturn console, and you can get an Action Replay cartridge for like $20, and it'll make it to where you can play American games, you know. And most of these Japanese games too, a lot of Sega Saturn games are games like this, like fighting games and racing games that like the language doesn't really matter. So but yeah, you can get a really good condition Sega Saturn console from Japan, like for pretty affordable. So it's one of the few retro systems that's not completely ridiculous, because then you can buy the Japanese games, and the Japanese games are decent prices. So Show said, good games, man, everybody. Yep, thanks for coming, Showed. Roy said later, Showed. Hell yeah, pro gamer. Thanks, Roy. Yeah, so thanks to everybody for coming and hanging out, and I'll be back next week. Maybe we'll do some Dead or Alive next week. That could be cool. So anyway, thanks again for hanging out, and I will catch you guys next time. All right, later.